Lumpia, basically an egg roll version from the Philippines that could be filled with chicken or fish or seafood. Adobo, a great chicken dish made with soy sauce and sugar and vinegar. And if I was asked where the best street food was on earth, it would be Malaysia, because it has this wonderful combination of the traditional Malay culture, Indian culture, and Chinese. And that can be seen in dishes like chicken rice, Hainanese chicken rice. All of these are which I'm beginning to see on menus as I travel around the country, and I'm not just talking about ethnic restaurants. Laksa, wonderful soup from the north, from Penang, most well known of all satay, food on skewers. I actually think this is probably the hottest cuisine for me anywhere in the US. This is Korean chicken wings, and this is a dish that I thought could really play on all of your menus. And it's just being taken to a new level with the fried chicken, with rice balls, which I don't know again if you've seen, which are these wonderful concoctions of cooked rice mixed with spices and kimchi, deep fried, served with a hot dipping sauce. Bao, both the dumpling size and they're doing it now with lettuce wraps. Gochujang, because that's the sauce that you have here. And I think this is one of the hottest condiments, and I don't just mean spicy, which it is. Peru, of all Latin American cuisines right now, is probably the most fast-growing and exciting. And what you have there is an anticucho. Traditionally, this would be made with beef heart. It was an offal dish. But what we've done here is a beef tenderloin to show you that it can translate into your market. It's marinated in incredible spices. Causa is another dish which actually comes from the Inca. That gives life. Piquitas rellenas, which are the fried yucca balls, which I think, again, from Peru. These are dishes that are all beginning to come out into other restaurants outside of just ethnic restaurants of that type. And I think Cuban food is very exciting because of the Caribbean influence and the African influence. It's very different from the rest of Latin America. This is not the traditional Cuban sandwich. This is the medianoche, the midnight sandwich, which was created basically, as the name suggests, for people who've been clubbing too hard. Pastelitos that would work in your market, which are very similar to empanada. And then we're talking about family style, other croquetas, and I wanted to talk about boliche. Boliche is a slow-cooked stew of almost like a Cuban pot roast that's done with green olives and garlics and red wine, and it's a beautiful dish to do for a family style. I actually had an amazing time in Brazil while I was there, and I just want to mention a few of the dishes, things like feijoada. Nowadays, it's being made at a very high level with black beans and wonderful smoked meats and garlic and sausages. And acarajé, which are black bean fritters, which are normally deep fried in palm oil, which can be a bit noxious, but I've been doing it at home just with corn oil and they work very well. And probably my favorite, pão de queijo, which are cheese balls, which are, again, are great things to serve as appetizers. Ceviche, patacones, to me, deep fried yucca, which is a wonderful thing to serve. Sancocho is a stew that actually comes from the Spanish cocido, very similar. And things like yucca frita and gallo pinto, which I'm sure you all know. I'm now seeing chain outlets create food trucks to go to events. Farmers markets now, I'm beginning to see chain outlets, just as well as individual outlets, beginning to serve pre-prepared food, and it's a captive audience. Pop-ups. I see no reason why you can't use the outlets that you have to do special events, to do pop-up events, to do new things. And I'm actually again beginning to see that with some smaller chains, where they'll turn one of their restaurants over for a Sunday night when they'd be quiet to an event.